Virgil, Sergey Kovalev says that Andre is a dirty fighter. He says that if Andre tries to hold him on Saturday night, he'll break his hands. What's your thoughts on that?
I believe somebody probably told him to say that he's a dirty fighter. Because, I mean, you're going the whole 8-9 weeks. And then all of a sudden you're a dirty fighter. Sergey will learn one day not to be everybody's robot and do what they tell him to do and ask him what to do. And when he does that and realizes that, people, this is not back in the 60s and the 50s anymore, Say this, say that, make it interesting. So he says it. He's loyal, right? It doesn't even sound like him. Or even just, he's alluded so much to respect for the opponent. Just like the handshaking thing. I know good and well he didn't say that. That's not even in his character. That's his promoter saying that. To try to drum up interest. Oh, that's like weak water under the bridge, It's nothing. But as far as, if he kicks him, he'll get kicked back. Simple as that. He'll get kicked back. Because he's going to find out he ain't the stronger fighter there, contrary to what most people think. So he'll get kicked back. And if you want to take it any further, we'll go further. So it's up to the referee and everybody to do it. Andre's not a dirty fighter. But if you look at the fights where he's responded, it's because somebody was doing something to him. Sakio Bika, everybody knows what Sakio Bika is about. Well, you're just not going to think you can come in because, see, Andre went to the A-Leagues with 16 fights. Fought Miranda when he was Miranda with 16. Kessler with 19 fights. If you look at all the other guys, if you look at who they fought at 19 fights, you can't even remember the name. Or you don't even know who it is. So the idea is that they didn't know his background. They didn't know where he's from. He got this nice-looking kid. He has this soft, even demeanor. So let me go. I know I can't outbox you, so let me go in here and try to rough you up. Well, he beat you at your own game. Edwin Rodriguez, he tried the same thing. Charging across the ring, thought he was the bigger fighter, stronger fighter. We all know what happened to him, and that was coming off surgery that had us out a whole year. So he's not a dirty fighter, but he'll get with you, And that started all over in Europe when Kessler came over here and got beat up and just realized it was another level to the game. A young kid who didn't care about your reputation, didn't care about who they said you was. He just wanted that belt by any means necessary. So that's what it is. So if you come to that, you're going to find out that he's got a real hard person. So let's don't let the backgrounds and all these things fool people, okay? And it's really irresponsible to even say something like that. Now, on the last note, again, I say it's disarray in the camp. We fight at home a lot. Never had no ticket problem, never had people tugging on us, pulling on us, and telling us because the team takes care of that. So I just want the best Andre Ward, the best Sergey. Look, Sergey wins that fight. All my respect goes to Coach Jackson, Sergey. If we win, it still goes there because they can't be great unless they fight each other. And sometimes two people come out of a situation like that great. And we know it, and I wish the best for both of them, regardless of what happens. I wish the best for Coach Jackson. The coaching fraternity is a very tough fraternity. We're the first one to get the blame. We get fired. The fighter will never take full responsibility for his shortcomings. We always get the blame. The fighter always has other people in his ear, always telling him it's a better way. So I understand what he goes through as a coach. And I respect the coaching fraternity because it's very tough. And I'm down with him 100% on that. So it's nothing negative coming from me on that part at all. So we just look forward to Saturday.
Is Andre a dirty fighter? Are you concerned about some of his holding? And did you tell Sergey to say that?
So, Sergey, those things that Sergey sees and Sergey feels, you can't take that from him, that he has a mind of his own. I wouldn't say that Andre's a dirty fighter. Holding is not a dirty tactic. It's a smart tactic. buys you time and puts your fighter in a position to do things that he wants to do. So I haven't seen anything that Andre does that's dirty. So that's what Sergey sees and what Sergey feels. I don't think anybody put in his head, it's just what he sees as an individual. So I can't speak on that, and I'm not going to say that Andre's a dirty fighter. I don't see where he's ever been penalized, points been taken away, and he just does what he does that works for him. If it's holding or suffocating opponent, it's a holding sometimes maybe too excessive to a degree, but it works for him, and he comes up victorious. So that's not being dirty. So I'm not going to say he's dirty, because that's far from the truth, and I'm not going to try to degrade him like that. Like Virgil said it, he said it well. Trainers are the ones that get blamed for a fighter's shortcomings. We're the first one, we're the last to be hired, but the first to be fired, because we get all the blame when some guy doesn't decide to do what he's supposed to do, but they point fingers at us. And I understand that, and I appreciate the fact that he even said that. This is going to be a good fight, very good fight, between two of the best fighters today. I know that they trained well for this fight, and they definitely prepared. On the other side, on the flip side of the coin, we knew going in this was the fight to make Sergey become a household name. His name's good, but being a fighter like Andre Ward makes him better. I knew this fight was going to happen. I knew they'd be in a collision course and fight one another, because I knew Andre was going to clean out 168, and eventually he had no place to go but up. I knew once he got there, Sergey would be there waiting for him. So now this is a fight that had to be made. It's a fight that definitely is deserved for the fans to see. There's been talk on both sides going back and forth, but come Saturday, all that's over with. You have two very good fighters, one very good fight, and we'll see who's the best man. And like Virgil said, when it was a draw, I still congratulate him. And hey, he's a hell of a person, he's a hell of a trainer, and he deserves the respect that he's getting. I can't knock him and say anything bad about him. So this fight is about two good fighters. Whatever they have going on, if they dislike each other, that's boxing. There's a little animosity going on, but that's the nature of the sport. It's a good fight, and if Andre is dirty, I haven't seen it. Maybe my fighter's seen something I haven't seen. It's not dirty when what it does. It's very calculated. It's not the most exciting thing when you hold and grab. But listen, these things work for Andre. What they do is they frustrate his opponent. It's his opponent's fault if he can't, do something different to make Andre stop doing that. With Sergey, there's just certain things that Sergey has to do to make this fight go his way. If plan A doesn't work, then you go to a different plan. But you don't have 5 or 6, 7 plans. If you have all those plans, something's wrong with you. That's too many plans for a fight. Listen, after about the third plan, your man is going to win, he's going to lose. Can't go to plan A. Now, I'm not saying that they said that. I'm just saying people have said it in the past. This is a very good fight, and it's intriguing because you have two guys that are so closely matched. One really doesn't have an advantage over the other in any category. One might have a small lead, but they're almost both right there. And that's what this fight's going to treat. The only, and I'm not underestimating this man's fighter, the only place I see is the power. Now they say Sergey has a great right hand. He has 2 strong hands. And maybe he has not knocked anybody out with one punch knockout power. But I guarantee if you ask any fighter he's fought, can Sergey punch? And they say, man, I didn't even punch that hard. So he may not catch him and clip him one shot, but he's going to get him out of there. So, for us, it's nice. And I don't know if you're going to take the wrong or not, but if they think it's just the right hand that they have to worry about, I'm happy with that. I'll take that. Just worry about the right hand. But it's going to be a very interesting fight. Andre is very, very well schooled, very well crafted, very well educated in boxing. And outside, he's an all-rounder guy. So I love what they're doing. And hey, I didn't give him the credit I gave before, but once I started watching him, he's a bad boy right there. He can fight. So it's the kind of fight Sergey needs and Sergey wants. And I think that we can meet the task at hand. It's just a fight that it's a must-see fight because they're both going to answer questions The others have ratings. It went through who's the best answer to solve the riddle, that is either Andre Ward or Sergey Kovalev.